welcome back to my channel. I'm Jens from Australia. Today just a quick small update on the Grand pond. Mainly what I'm happy about, what I could have done better, and the water testing. How is it going with the water parameters? I'm feeding them since I put the koi's in. I'm feeding them just normal, about 4 or 5 times a day. Handfuls, each time a handful of normal ground food. It's 49% protein and a little bit color enhancer. And we'll show you in a minute how this is going. I'm just doing another water testing. It's right now it's 7:45 in the morning here. I did it over the last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks since the koi's are in. I've done several testings. I did last night a test. I was pretty happy with that, and I will show you. And I'll just turn you on and show you what I'm up to. Hang on. Stupid hand. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, I started with just a minute ago with the ammonia. I'm doing the nitrate and nitrate in the next. And I thought I'd just show you how the colors are in the vials. So no one thinks I'm just cheating with the results. Good. I'll come back in a second when I have all my vials ready. Now we're back. So as you can see, when I started the pond about 2 weeks ago, of course everything was on the zero, and then after basically the first day or 2 days where the fish were in, of course ammonia went up. The nitrate still zero, nitrate was zero. That all basically just normal. And then I came back after a week. My wife had kept feeding them, and the ammonia stayed at the 0.25 ppm, nitrate zero, let's say a bit more above. It's never zero, but it's close to zero. That's good. And then the nitrate, of course, they creeped up 5 ppm. The pH is 7.6. That hasn't changed since we started. KH and the GH are 6 degree and 11 degree. They're lower because I filled the pond with our main water. That will now slowly increase while I'm using our bore water here. So that was then, and then I didn't. Okay, what I forgot to mention, that test after a week, that was in the morning, and then I did a test. What I'll do is I did another test in the evening or late afternoon. So you can see it's still the same 0.25 ppm, still after five feedings, roughly a handful. Hasn't changed much. Then I did yesterday a reading, and you can see, same at night time was 0.25 ppm in the ammonia. Nitrate still close to zero, and nitrate has now crept up to 10 ppm, but that was expected that it would come up. And pH stable at 7.6, and you can see the GH is creeping up. It's now about 17 degree. I haven't put any salt in from the beginning. As most of you know, I'm quite a believer in having in the spring and late autumn before winter, putting a bit salt in. So I usually salt it up to about 0.3 or 0.4%, so not a big dose. So, and then here you can see what I did this morning. Same, the ammonia is always stable at 0.25 ppm, and I don't have any nitrates. Nitrate I haven't checked yet. Let's see the glasses. So here you can see it. There's the pH 7.6. And you know, let me get this. So if you look at the ammonia, that is, yeah, it's hard to see on this one. It has a slight, no, you can see it, I think, slight tinge of green. So it's about 0.25 ppm. And when you look at the nitrate over here, it's not easy to do. So you look at the nitrate, that is, yeah, a light bluish, so it's 0. And then we got the nitrate, and yeah, that's now probably more 5 ppm. I would say between 5 and 10 maybe, hard to tell. You let me know. I would say maybe closer to 5 ppm, so it's gone a little bit down. So yeah, basically I haven't used any filter starter bacteria or gels or waters on the market. It is, as I said in one of my videos, when I was building the grown pond and I prepared the plastic, the K3 media and that other plastic media I had. I prepared it in that barrel with the aeration and the urea and a little bit liquid sulfate ammonia. I put in at this later stage. I just had every day a shot glass of the urea. You can use AdBlue if you have that available. It's easier to basically purchase at the service station when you fill up your car, if you have a diesel car. AdBlue is nothing else than urea, or you can get that fertilizer in the garden section under the fertilizers. Usually it's called urea or blue, what's the other, blue power or something, some call it. Yeah, it's a high nitrogen fertilizer. And then yeah, in the second stage I used, probably the last 2 weeks before I put the media into the filter system, I put a little bit liquid sulfate ammonia in. So as you can see, that's just my pond. It has worked. I don't have any new pond syndrome. I'm feeding the fish for their size quite heavily. I mean, I could maybe feed them more, but yeah, yesterday, for example, I probably fed them 10 times, but only half a hand maybe, or a bit more. I'm quite generous. When I have a little break, I always feed them. So, and at the moment, I don't have an automatic feeder. That will come, but we're going now into winter, so the temperatures are slowing down, and yeah, I think this is pretty impressive. With a new pond startup, you don't need to buy those expensive filter starter bacteria and gels and what all is on the market. You just plan ahead, get your filter media while you're building your pond, set it in a big plastic tub, massive big plastic tub, or a couple plastic tubs, aerate it, and just put the fertilizer in. that's all, yeah, what I did. Okay, I'll swing you around and then I'll, oh, hang on, I'll show you something else. Okay, let's open this filter chamber here. Just let show. Oh. Let's zoom you a bit out. So, yeah, as you can see, the brushes are all still in there, performing good. It's pretty hard now to see down there. Let's see if I can zoom it in so that you can see the coil waste is sedimenting almost immediately before they go to the brushes. So that shows me and proves to me that the flow rate is almost spot on, and all my calculations are correct. As well, you can see here, of course, pieces of the waste, the coil waste, are going into the brushes. It would have been surprising if not. But yeah, the first chamber with the brushes is working better than I expected. I had my doubts a bit because it's quite small. Just put you here on the side. I have to take that other cover off. Hang on. Okay, I'm not dropping the phone into the pond. I'll put it here. Oh, no. As you can see there, I've used a bit of a filter floss I bought the other day. I put it into the biochamber just to get the water cleared up. I'll show you that in a minute after when I'm going through the filter chamber. Maybe I can put you here. But okay, hang on. I haven't put any handle on it yet. Okay, so as you can see, I have quite a bit of flow in here, but this is all good. I had another filter media. I took it out the other day. That's why we haven't wanted so much water in here, and a few of the media's floating. Later on, I want for the rest of the day put the filter floss underneath just to give it a little bit of polishing. I mean, I'm very happy with the water. It's nice and clear, and I will show you that in a second. So yeah, as you can see, this is all my filtration. It goes from there, coming in there, going through all the brushes here. There you got the standpipe. This is the standpipe to empty the chamber, and then it comes here in the pump chamber, goes into the biomedia, the static biomedia. I have to point that out. This is static with aeration coming from underneath, and then that there is the skimmer, and then from there it goes over into the planting area. So walk over there. So as you can see, there's a pre-filter still working its magic with a UV light integrated. Something goes into here, into the planter area. They of course haven't yet really started taking nutrients out of the water. That now it's cold. It will start in springtime. I'm not under any illusions that they at the moment will help. So yeah, and then it goes in here, and yeah, we have pretty clear water. If you look at it, that water is, well, got a stupid reflection here. Hang on, I'm turning that air curtain off so we can see a bit more from the bottom. Without dropping the phone into the pond. So I don't know if you can see it, how clear the water is with all the reflection and stuff. It's pretty hard not to see. Let's see if I zoom you on in. Not much better, is it? Funny, it doesn't. For me, it's very clear. And of course, on the other side. So you can see the bottom drain there. So that's now 1.45 meter deep. So you can see clearly down to the bottom. You see all the fish there. I might do it later on when the sun is up or so, and maybe the reflection is not as bad. It is crystal clear. I don't have any waste on the bottom, so my idea with the one directional flow going across the pond over there and then returning to that bottom drain on the other underneath the returns, it has worked. There's only maybe one or two poopsies left on the very close to the bottom drain. So basically there's the bottom drain, and then there's one or two little pieces there and on the other side, but the floor, the main floor over here, it's crystal clear. So yeah, it's working a treat. I'm very happy with the outcome. My only problem is, as you can see, there are a couple of leaves on that bottom drain, so that, yeah, well, I didn't want to dome in, as I said before, because it's too big. I'd have to see, there's only a couple of leaves, but because it's a skimmer, it's not the normal conventional skimmer, and I put it in because I wanted a small skimmer, and it does a job. It keeps the water surface nice and clean, but it's probably not best for leaves, that skimmer. So I have to think in the future, maybe I change it to something different that will take the leaves out. But yeah, all in all, I'm very happy. Fantastic. I just talked to myself for the last probably 4 or 5 minutes, not realizing that I didn't have the camera turned on when I went back to selfie mode. Okay, as I said, after this mishap, all in all, I'm very happy with the pond. It has turned out the way I wanted it. I think if it keeps doing this, performing over the next few months and next year, it is more than I expected. There are always some little things you missed or you miscalculated or did wrong. I didn't realize that the 2 pumps I ordered and installed, there's a minimum flow rate. You can't go below that flow rate. So like in the case of both of them, the Messner pump, 10%, or in their case 1920 watt is the lowest setting you can have, and it still makes 9,000 liter if you pump it straight out. So in my case, where it pumps only another 25 centimeter to 30 centimeter up, I'm still probably making another Probably 7.5 to 8,000 litre, what is more than I wanted through the bottom drain. Yes, I know some people will say, oh, well, we have a 110 mil or 4-inch bottom drain pipe and everything, and you need 10,000 litre minimum. That's correct, but as I explained, I got a standpipe. I just flush it out if it stands in there. And so far, even with reducing the flow, with reducing the outgoing pipe to 40 mil now, from 90 to 40 mil, to get this reduced flow, whatever it is, probably, it's probably not 6,000 litre still. I haven't seen any accumulation on the bottom of the bottom drain pipe, because when the sun is shining, there's enough light, or you shine the torch on, it's still crystal clear, so that works pretty good. The skimmer pump's the same. The minimum is 10% or 24 watt something. It's probably more, 15%, I think. 15-20% maybe. Anyway, so I even had to reduce that. That is a little bit of yeah, not a problem. I didn't see happening or coming. But as I said before, always I like to choose bigger pumps just to get energy savings. So yeah, both pumps only consuming 40 watt. I'm pretty happy. As a pond like this, that's only 40 watt. Then I have an air pump, I think it's has 30 watt, and now the air pump will be changed probably, I don't know, very soon. I want change it to 2 air pumps, small air pumps, so that I can turn the air curtain off when I don't want it. Because now looking at the pond, it looks really nice with all an air curtain going. Even the air curtain is not that bad. It's not as bad as in the bottom drain, spindrifter, or aerated bottom drain. But the disturbance on the waterfall is, it can be sometimes annoying. If I can turn it off, why not? And those 2 pumps I already looked at would be only each 10 watt. So that's, let's say 40, 20 with 60 watt. And then there's a UV. I'm running currently only half a day. 6 hours a day. That is 28 watt. So all in all, I'm running this pond at 80 watt. Okay, I have that full spectrum light that is about 50 watt, but it only comes on for 3 hours at night. So I'm not even counting that light in. So 80 watt, make it 90 watt for a pond. It's not as small as I had at first planned. It's quite big, and I'm very happy with it. But I think that's a pretty good wattage, power consumption for a pond like that. So yeah, that's and then one thing what I would do different, or what I miscalculated, was the planter trough. If I do it again, next time I would calculate or put a 4th return in, or bigger returns, because they just handle the flow. But I think for the next time I would have maybe still have 3 returns, and then put a 4th return in, but more as an overflow, so just in case something's blocking or something happens and too much water goes into the planter trough, it can escape via the overflow. This is one thing. When I first started the system up with all the biomedia, and it went straight through, I basically almost overflew the entire thing. Plus, I would have, very important, the planter trough, maybe half a brick or 20 centimeter, or, yeah, or 15 centimeter higher than the pond, actually, because silly me, didn't think about that. Of course, when you put water back into the pond, that level, gravity fed, of course, needs to be higher than the pond. So the planter trough water level is almost at the top of the edge to get back into the pond. So I'll swing you around for this. Hang on. I can't believe it. I've done it again. I didn't press the record button. Okay, let's start again. So I swung you around just to explain what I mean with the planting trough water level. So if you look here in the pond, below the water level, underneath the tiles to the water level, it's probably about 6 to 7 centimeter. I haven't measured it yet again, but I think it's 6 to 7 centimeter is the gap. But if you look around here, and I think it's better from this point, you look here, as you can see, the tile is the same level as the pond. So here, the water level to the tile, underneath the tile, is maybe only a centimeter. Maximum 1.5 centimeter. So that is what I mean with having that area just a bit higher. I didn't think about that, and that is of my part, miscalculation. So I learned from that, and otherwise, no, I'm not particularly. Everything else works pretty good. Maybe having from the bioreactor or biochamber, a bigger pipe, let's say a 4-inch pipe going into the planter trough to relax that water level there a bit. So yeah, it's nothing really serious. Okay, just make sure that this time recording and not talking to myself again for minutes. Yeah, no. Okay, to wind this up, I think it was long enough. I'm very happy and satisfied with the outcome of the pond. It performs as I expected, if not even a bit better. And like all pond builds, I bet you there's not a single person out there that would say has done the perfect pond. There's always something you miss, something you could have done better after you started the pond up, or suddenly, I should have done this, or didn't see this happening. There's always something. And if I would choose this form for my next pond, if we move houses in the distant future, probably not. I'm not the biggest fan of square ponds, to be honest. They have an advantage. They're easier to build. I do not dispute that fact. They're easier to build. They're much easier to get the flow inside the pond working. A lot of things are much easier. Put a glass window in, it's much easier. They have that advantage compared to an odd-shaped pond like my main pond. It was from day one a struggle to get the flow and the circulation correct, and it's not even now perfect. I always have a little bit of waste on the bottom. Where this new one, there's no waste. I'm super stoked with it, because this is one thing where my OCD gets me. If I see the waste on the bottom, it just drives me nuts. Not because I think it's extremely bad for the fish. No, eventually it goes into the filter chamber, and if you have a good filter, it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of waste on the bottom. It eventually goes there. The fish will push it into the bottom drain. It's just my aesthetic OCD when it's coming to that part, because otherwise I'm not that extreme. with my, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but when I see waste curds or from the coins on the bottom, I it's just nuts. Oh, well, my tea is now cold too. Great. I'm not, but I'm very happy, and I love it. It's, yeah, I was a bit skeptical when I was building this pond with the bottom drain on the opposite side underneath the returns. I was hoping, I just was praying that what I heard and saw on the internet, on YouTube and the internet, was correct, that I didn't misunderstand what they were saying. And when I started this one, I wasn't 100% sure, would the waste go really into the bottom drain straight away? Will the fish accept it? And the first day the fish in there, they were acting a bit funny because of the currency. I thought they might not like this one directional currency, but now I look at them and they're just swimming happily around. For them it's normal, and I think it's a better training this way, having only one currency that goes straight across, than having a circular motion where they basically only train one side of the body. But that is me. I'm not sure if there's any proof that koi's get strong on one side, or different shapes if they just go in one circle. We'll see. But no. Okay, that's from me. I'm happy with the pond. That's it. I hope this is not going too long. And the water parameters, I'm stoked. I don't have the new koi pond syndrome here. That's all spot on. So yeah, that's from me here from Australia. We're going on winter, so all you in America and Europe, enjoy your upcoming season with the nice warm weather. Here it's cooling down, and in a couple of weeks time, all the fish will go down to probably 1 feet a day. When the water temperature goes to the 10 degree, or 10, 12 degree, then they reduce the feed. Good. That's from me here in Australia. I wish you all, enjoy your hobby, enjoy the kois, and till the next time. See you then. Bye for now.